Hello everybody, this is a grumpy old guy gaming back with another Fragment Friday upload. We are on the Shining Darkness server here. Nighttime in the forest field. Real quick, I do want to point out that links are down below for the .hack network and NetSlum Discords, websites, the awesome how to set up and play Fragment in 2021 guide. Now complete with video accompaniment. Coming up on our first portal here, we have a Dark Guru and a couple of Dejected, which makes that initial Vulcan a really silly pick for me on summon. Just throw a quick Rejuve ROM out there, get the most bang for my buck on the SP before popping an Artisan Soul. Finally finish that Dejected off, getting some decent experience. This is a level 64 field, if I could remember correctly. Keywords were at the beginning, but I'm not even going to pretend that I caught them here as I was setting up to record audio in post. Got ourselves an Earth Element buff there. Also got physical accuracy. That will not come into play at all today. Grab the moon out of this treasure chest and take a moment to admire what the moonlight does to the Skullflower, one of the great aesthetics features of these forest fields. Daytime they've got a really neat purple color to them, but nighttime it looks even weirder if it can. Starts out sort of a green, fades to yellow, and then just orange around the edges. Really cool pattern there as far as the color goes. Heading down to the bottom of the map here, got a Spring of Mist. Let's check it out. Nighttime, so I believe this is a minor buff to anything. Let's throw some Seagraves in, see if we can't get ourselves some at least more valuable footwear in our inventory. Speak to a level 4 Grandpa. We assure him that our shoes are not axes, and then he calls us an alligator. Probably the most normal conversation you could have with a sentient droplet. Make our way over. This is an empty room over here to the right side, and I'd normally skip it, but there was the chance for a piney apple. Sadly, no apple to be found. But worth a look, and forest fields typically don't have the most portals, so it doesn't hurt to take that little bit extra and explore. Now picking up Aptorma, that's magical accuracy, and that won't hurt us one bit to have. Coming up on Gligon. So naturally I throw a Rhynek out. Knee-jerk reaction, just threw out a summon. Rhynek did a nice job of holding in place. We need to throw out an elemental hit Yarkins for most of the damage. Trade spells back and forth. Battle ends, and I decide to go ahead and top off the old hit point bar before going into this dead-end corridor with a treasure chest at the end. Pick up some thunder armor out of the chest, and right back we come. Nothing else to do in this field but head down to the dungeon. Which means if you were on the look for a piney apple, this ain't the field for you. Absolutely none to be found. Sort of a rarity. You don't expect many of them in a forest field, but you kinda hope for one. And getting 0 is a bit of a bummer, but we'll make do. There's plenty of fields with multiple. Heading into the dungeon now, popping a fairy Zord. See, it's kind of a smaller first level here. Could see a good bit of it just from the outset. Got a large hub room we'll be walking down into. Portal smack dab in the middle where it opens up. And that portal's going to give us a risky treasure. Go ahead and disarm with a fortune wire, and inside we find a storm bracer. Got a few more rooms down beneath, so let's knock those out first. Up first is a medium-sized square room, portal in the middle, and that's going to give us a couple Dejected. Throw a Yarkins out there and make it a double tap for good measure. Most of that first Dejected gone. Rejuve ROM finishes it off, so we can pop an Artisan Soul in safety. Had some really good luck on this run. The Dejecteds didn't start the resurrection train. So we're able to finish off the second one rather quickly without it doing too much damage to us on that fire spell.
Invisible egg.
Take a moment. Let the SP regen somewhat naturally by looting the room. Pick up an antidote out of that corpse. Now let's check out this small room over here. It's got a treasure chest in it at least, and really it's the kind of room you sort of hope for when you have to regen XP. Lots of breakable objects to pass the time, refill on some consumables. See, we got an invisible egg there as well. Of course, you could hear it stated plain as day in English, thanks to the English grunty food patch developed by Dash and others. I believe Dow and Emus helped out. Optional. Works with the telepatch, but not necessary, so if you prefer the Japanese voices, by all means leave them in there. Resurrect out of the chest that comes out of the portal, and a gale breath on the altar at the end of this dead-end corridor, and we have explored the bottom of the map. Pick up a holy sap on our way to the door back to that central hub room. We have a treasure room off to the left, and we will hit that next, before making our way right for the final portal of the first floor and the stairs down. Get the levers out of the chest on the altar. Nothing out of the corpse sitting by the altar, and back to the hub we go to cross from left to right. 90-degree turn room. Portal's going to give us another Gligon. That's a welcome sight. One, because we have Dark Beams, and two, because it's sort of a lumbering large monster that can only pop up in a party of one. Have to replenish our SP bar before finishing the beast off. We had enough for a Rejuke ROM, but it's completely wood tolerant. So, would have kind of been a waste, wouldn't it? Just like that, first floor down, no real difficulties there. Only thing that gave us the slightest bit of pause were those two dejected, and again, they played nice. Fairy Zord here on the second floor. Reveals an upside down, smaller T-shaped room beneath us. That's going to split us off to the left or right after dealing with the portal right at the cross. Once again, the first room we walk into gives us a treasure chest. Picking up a resurrect out of there.
Invisible egg.
Gonna head off on the right side first. Got a 90-degree turn here. And a couple more dejected. Once again, sticking with the argument, because that seems to be the safest play. We actually have 3 in total here. And my hit points take quite a beating out of the gate, and they all seem to hit me with fire spells. Get a bit of a dent there as I finish off the first. I'm pretty sure the frequency of the summons kept me safe there as we finish off the second. Third dejection, and I get into a bit of a casting war, but I come out on top on that. And just like that, we deal with 3 dejected, no resurrection shenanigans. Pop an Artisan Soul for the sake of time, and into the corridor beneath us. Straight hallway, and we face a spin figure. I do believe the C word, now that I'm thinking about it, was Drill Idol. So it's good to face something along those lines, something of that monster type in the dungeon. Get a big elemental hit from Rhynek when it decides to actually deal damage. Top off with another Artisan Soul, and to the semicircle room beneath us. Not quite a semicircle, but it's the closest description I've got. Lone dejected. Not really the scariest thing you'll face in Fragment. And again, by the health bar, it looks like it's down, but actually had about 20 hit points left, so we top off with an Artisan Soul and finish it off with a Rejuke ROM. Could have gone with any old spell, but that was the quickest I have equipped to a shortcut to deal damage, and the most cost effective. You can see already my SP bar is just about full before we do any of this backtracking. Again, if you're looking to party up and play on this Fragment Friday, hit up the NetSlum server and check out the group organization feature. or head to the Fragment tab and go ahead and tag the Fragment keyword on .hack network. Always a fun time, always a great digital block party when people are around to play Fragment. Been kinda slow the past couple weeks, but that just means we're due. Pick up a green gale out of this treasure chest. Take a moment, get another antidote out of the corpses before heading down to the 3rd floor here. Floor number 3, time for yet another fairy Zord. Got an L-shaped room beneath us this time. Topping off our buffs before heading in. First enemy is a Gligon. Big elemental hit to start. Can we get 2 in a row? My goodness, we can. Pair of 2770s. Dragon's not living through that, and 10 experience is ours in the blink of an eye. Also get a green gale. Now our SP's kinda low, but we're in a square-shaped room with the middle just sort of blocked off by a column, so we'll check out the altars, break the corpses strewn about the corners of the room. Just sorta take our time, appreciate the beautiful scenery, and kind of a neat lighting effect on the idols carved into the walls here. Really gives it a nice ethereal glow. And now that we've appreciated the architecture of this dungeon, our SP bar is just about full, and it's time to take on the next portal, which is another Gligon. 3 elemental hits in a row on Gligons here on the 3rd floor. Make that 4. You know, if you're guaranteed double damage against dragons every time you hit them, they're not that intimidating. Pick up an invisible egg there. I'm not saying I'm guaranteed them, I'm just saying that was one hell of a good luck run I was on. Hit an Artisan's Soul and move down beneath us. On a little land bridge here, sort of suspended high over a gaping like chasm. Our streak of elemental hits against Gligon comes to an end at 5 in a row, so it's going to take a 3rd cast to finish the dragon off. Adding insult to injury, we do hit an elemental hit on that 3rd one, so we killed it for well over its hit point total. Moving down to this portal, we get another spin figure. Start off with a Yardskin, because I completely forgot it was Thunder Element, and they're 4 weak to darkness. Hit a Rejuveron just to finish off the SP pool, get the most out of our Artisan's Soul. While I was, dabbing my jaw to a state of unease, you saw the all clear come up, so that's the final portal of this here dungeon. Picking up a Gale Breath out of this chest. And there you go, a nice quick dungeon clear here on Fragment Friday. No drama, no repeated deaths, kind of an easy day for me. Not much to do now but loot the chest and see what's inside. Here in the statue room, get a gold necklace, a healing potion, and a rainbow card. A nice bit of gear all around. Gold necklace, probably not going to do it for me, but a solid level 41 light head armor. And if you're looking for such a piece of equipment, this may be the field for you. Go ahead, party up. If you do, let me know how it goes. All the same, I hope you have a fantastic day whenever you watch this, whatever you're doing. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, thanking you for taking the time to stop in and watch this, and we will see you around.